It's time to talk real estate, and we always like to talk to Steven DeLisle with DeLisle Properties to let us know where we are, some of the decisions we should be making when it relates to real estate. Steven, always good to see you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yes, we're in a beautiful one of your listings here today. We're going to talk about that in a little bit, but we always like to start it off by giving people a little appetizer of what the market kind of did, and we're looking at the numbers from January.
Yeah. So these numbers are presented us by the Greater Greenville Association of Realtors, and if you look at the new listing slide, for the first time in quite some time, we're actually down 2.4% in new listings on the market this year as opposed to last. If you look at the average price slide, it'll show us that we are up 1.7%, just bringing that average price to just shy of $385,000. And if you look at the inventory slide, it'll show us that we are up 32.4% here as well, which really just translates to 3.5 months. I've said it on here before, I'll say it again. If you have a 6-month inventory block, that's an even market. For every one buyer, there's one seller. And anything below that is going to be a seller's market, and that's where we are.
And I love that you give us this information to help us make those decisions that are local to us, because it's easy to kind of look at, magazines and talk shows and hear these national numbers, but it doesn't equate to what we're dealing with here in the upstate. So It's good context to be able to have for us.
Yep.
Let's talk about this house, because everyone's probably looking at this amazing chef's kitchen, and they got their ears perking up. Tell us about this one.
Yeah, so this address is 126 Chestnut Pond Lane in Simpsonville. First off, I love the location because it's literally one stoplight away from multiple grocery stores, restaurants, a car wash, gas stations, but also the house itself sits in a gated community. It's also a maintenance-free community too, so you get to come home and not worry about mowing your lawn. You get to enjoy your house and the space outside as well. This house specifically is a 4-bedroom, 3 full bath. It has a master on the main level. It also has a mother-in-law suite tucked behind the kitchen as well, with a full bathroom there. The chef's kitchen also opens up to the large living space with vaulted ceilings. A couple other things that I really like about the house is the sellers actually added way more to the backyard after they built the house too. They screened in the back porch, and they have a grill master's dream right out back, because you've got the grill station, but you've got the prep station as well. You have a dedicated fridge out there too, and a custom fireplace, which is really nice. It's got the central vac and a bonus room upstairs too.
I mean, there's literally nothing left out. And you said there's also trails inside of the neighborhood that people can enjoy as well.
Yep, so there's trails throughout, and it also has its own neighborhood pond too. So it really does build a sense of community.
I love it here. So definitely check that out at DeLisleProperties.com. We're coming up on spring, and a lot of people are thinking about selling right now. And you said that there's some things, some pro tips they need to know to kind of get ready and be more desirable to those buyers.
You only have one shot at a first impression. So do the normal things that you would expect, like mow the lawn, get rid of the weeds, put down some new mulch, and also plant some flowers, give it that color pop. But some things you may not think about as a seller is an agent is going to stand at your front door for quite some time getting that key out of the lockbox. Buyers are right behind us, and they're looking at your front porch and your front door. If your front door is a little tired, repaint it, restain it, get rid of the cobwebs in the front porch. Make sure that there's no reason for them to say, wow, they don't really take care of their home. But moving in the house, look, I've got 3 kids. My baseboards are scuffed up, so I understand the undertaking that it takes to make those real bright again, repainting it, or invest in magic marker, by the way. But make sure that your house looks like it's been taken care of. Change the air filters. Also, if you've got a leaking sink, make sure that you take care of that, because it's going to show up on the inspection report. But also, here's a pro tip that you were mentioning before.
We love a pro tip.
is make sure, if you have the time to do it, as a seller, do a pre-inspection. Make sure that you can go through the house with a fine-tooth comb and give that inspection report to the MLS, so that agents and buyers get a peek under the hood, if you will. And you're more likely to spend the $600 and get thousands back in return, because that buyer is more confident in your house and the condition of the house.
That's why I love a pro tip that will save you money down the road, which is going to be great. Gives those buyers a peace of mind as well.
Exactly. That's what it does.
Yeah. What other advice would you give to folks that are thinking about buying and selling right now? Of course, making sure they have the right team, but getting started early is never a bad idea with that.
Well, also, I know that we went over 3 of those items on the overall market, but it's helpful to know that there's 19 slides I go over with every buyer or seller before we engage in whatever that is, so buying or selling. So we sit down with them, help them understand what the market's doing, and then decide if it's good to buy or sell right now. Even if you're thinking about buying in the fall, it's not too early to reach out to us now, because that just gives us more runway to game plan exactly what you're looking for, and also for me to really bird dog and find that exact property that you're looking for too. So that's what we do, set expectations, but also give you the information to make the best decision.
And they want to also make sure they're working with the right team. You and your team do it right. So they can always go to DeLisleProperties.com to take a look at this house or some of the other ones, or, get that conversation started about buying or selling in 2025. Again, we'll put all the information for you at our website, yourcarolina.tv. Steven, always a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you so much.